What is going on, everybody? It is the Baltimore Ravens post-game show. Happy recap as the Baltimore Ravens go down to South Beach, take care of business, destroy the Miami Dolphins 28-6. I see everybody filing in. Appreciate you staying up late as we get you ready for your Friday and your weekend, Halloween weekend at that. Make sure this is the only place you know, Dre. Giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
With my brother, the one and only Tribal Chief, the OTC, Mr. South Beach himself, the one and only Drizzy Dre, my guy. How you feeling tonight? Let's get you.
Acknowledge me. Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. I love you solo.
How you feeling, my guy? Beautiful, beautiful game to watch. As you said, get right game.
Yeah, that's what got me right, man. This is one of them get right games. Lamar Jackson is back. It seems like the team is getting healthy. As we talked about in our group text, this defense is coming around. It's a bend but not break, and we'll take that at this moment in time.
What did you think about this game coming in? We get Lamar back. Team is healthy. Everybody's practicing. As you mentioned, the defense has only been giving up 16 points a game against the Rams, who we know is a good team. We know you love them. The Bears, who were on the up and up. And tonight against the Dolphins, who blew out the Falcons last week. The NFL, like we say, is a week-to-week league, but I think like we said, the defense is a key, bend them and not breaking with Zach Orr.
What I've really liked about this game is that, of course, everybody's getting back healthy. What the analysts calling Ricard pancake, they were calling pancake something. Pancake patty. Yeah. And look, when he's right, they were right. Something that Uncle Rog has said several times. If he's on the offense, he's as critical as a Lamar and as a Derrick Henry. I mean, that was crucial to have him back. Lamar being back. So these are the type of things that help us offensively. Defensively, they were able to make some stops and get some turnovers too. So I was really pleased about that. Lamar was able to, it seemed like this was like I called it a get right game, but it was also a good field game because Lamar was able to kind of get some of those, cobwebs out. It's crazy he hadn't been playing for 4 weeks, but because you could see some of the easy things that he does. He was missing them a little bit, but then he found his groove, was able to get into it. Derek was able to break out some huge runs. It took him a little bit to get going, but he got right. So Zay Flowers out there moving. Bateman, I mean, he was barking at the refs, but it was still like, okay, this team is starting to come around. So maybe that, that ET speech woke them up after all. Maybe they needed one of them Ray Lewis type of speeches to get them right. And it seems to have helped this team moving forward. I'm very happy with this win. They went through the schedule. It seems like we are about to get right moving forward.
Yeah, the opponents, Dre, 11-28 coming up. I know you'll be at the next game up in Minnesota, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. The defense only had, 4 turnovers coming into the game? 3 turnovers tonight, Dre. Buchanan was named Defensive Rookie of the Month. The linebacker, Roquan's back. Humphrey got off the podcast. He may have some questions about the pass rush, though, because at times, Tua was just sitting back there, had too much time. Maybe the trade deadline's coming up. They make a move after this week. But what do you think this defense needs to do as they continue to find their stride? As you say, they're getting turnovers, which I think is the key.
I think you just said it. I think it's really, at this point, they just really need a pass rusher. Coming into the season, we weren't really concerned about the secondary. They made a lot of investments into the secondary. Though we did today, we got away with one because there was some blown coverage. Even though, a lot of us said we had to admit that wasn't tripping that happened. Nevertheless, they did call the Dolphins for tripping. But our secondary, I'm not as concerned about because, like I said, they did make a huge investment into it. At this point in time, I just need a pass rush because if you get a pass rush, that helps the secondary and helps the rest of the team as well. So if there's something that they can do out there, there are some players out there available. I think if they can get a pass rusher, that'll help, because then it helps people like Anquan. You don't have Kyle Hamilton all over the place, because he had to be the basic. He had to be like the spy and the pass rusher. He was that brother was everywhere. So I think that's what if they need something at the trade deadline, aim for that. I think that's a key area right there that can propel them to a Super Bowl.
Lamar Jackson, we say it every week. You've been saying it since before he got the contract. Best quarterback in the league. You see it tonight. 4 touchdowns, 18 of 23. I think at one point he was 9 for 9 in
the third quarter.
Yeah, and then how about Andrews? 2 touchdowns. They become the 5th most duo. So the quarterback tight end duo, 5th most touchdowns between Lamar and Andrews. And I think they showed the numbers. He had a touchdown to Kolar as well. He's like the best quarterback at throwing to tight ends.
Yeah, I mean, look at how Likely also throw his name.
He's getting healthy too, Dre. Can't forget him.
He had a hell of a game. And people were talking about this team and all the injuries that we had. But, when you have Andrews Likely out there, and I mean, then it opens up doors for Zay and Bateman, and then if these guys get going, then it's going to get Henry going, and he's, a locomotive out there. Justice Hill. I mean, offensively, it helps. And like I said, we talk so much about Lamar Jackson, but, we need to talk about the rock of the defense, and that's Ricard out there. Like I said, he was out there, and you could see that it really opened up doors. So I'm excited, and I'm happy about this Baltimore Ravens team tonight. I know it was the Miami Dolphins, and a lot of people, some people might poo-poo because Lamar seems to have career games against them. He had 2 perfect passer rating games out there, man. And they were saying today, they was like, yeah, normally Lamar plays like an A+ game against them. Today he played about an A-. It's still good. He would pass the midterm. I was like, what? But I mean, they were right. If this is, a game for Lamar to come back, this was the perfect game. We were wondering what the Baltimore Ravens were doing when he didn't play Sunday. They were talking about he was practicing, but wasn't sure about him playing. And now, he goes out there and he played. I mean, he plays, but now we're seeing the plan was just for him to just go out there Thursday as opposed to Sunday, not wanting him to play those games so close to each other. But you could have just been 100 with it and, told us what it was. You wanted Lamar out there. He's from Florida. Thursday Night Football, prime time. They needed him. I mean, even the announcers admitted it. I heard Al Michaels was saying that this is perfect because he helps the ratings. I mean, and we know on this show, in wrestling terms, you need a needle mover. So and Lamar Jackson is a needle mover. So he puts butts in the seats, and he made us excited to watch. Even though it was a blowout game, we still wanted to see Lamar Jackson see what he could do, not only with his legs, but with his throwing. And I mean, he once he got going and he felt comfortable again, like the old Lamar Jackson, it was lights out.
What do you think about the offensive coordinator, Todd Monken? I know he's been in some scrutiny, but how about him getting back to the bread and butter? Derrick Henry, we saw Keaton Mitchell, you saw Justice Hill. Lamar don't even got to run no more. And then when it drops back to throw, the defense is so worried about the run. It's just pitch and catch with Lamar and whoever.
You were saying about you said Derrick?
Derrick Henry and Todd Monken calling a really good game the last couple of weeks.
I think the issue with Todd Monken is that just run the football more. They put up a lot of the times on like ESPN and other sporting channels. They talk about the lack of running. So I think, we just got to get Derrick the number of touches. You just got to balance it out. We were saying in the text, I think it was in the first quarter, that opening drive was like 5 for 5, where you had 5 passes, you had 5 rushes. Keep that going. You want to keep feeding Derrick Henry, and we just don't. Maybe they're trying to save him for the postseason, but keep feeding him. To me, that's all you got to do is just make sure that Derrick Henry, you get the run game going with him. You have Justice Hill out there, and we have Mitchell as well. So, I mean, come on. We got 3 capable running backs. Use them, get that going, and then that opens up the doors for everybody else. I don't really want to see Lamar run as much. I mean, I think he should just kind of do like Patrick Mahomes. Run if you need to, but don't run because we're designing plays and everything. At this point in Lamar's career, I don't really want him to really be running around. I want him to just run if necessary. So I was happy with the offensive play call, and I think that they need to do that moving forward. But I still want them to run Derrick Henry a little more than what they did.
Lamar Jackson, 18 touchdowns, 1 interception against the Dolphins. That is the second most by any quarterback against the team in their first 5 games. Dre, I know that we've been critical. I'm more of a wait and see. I kind of want to see how the season plays out before we make a move on Harbaugh. He improves to 142 and 32 at the half. 18 years, Dre. I know people want him gone, but if he turns this around, he has to get some sort of credit because they played hard for him the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, they did. I think that when you look at that, like I said, they brought in Dr. Eric Thomas, and then at that speech that he gave, just really calling out the players, being like, look, he said he also does this podcast that he does as well. And he was saying on the podcast that this is the first time he's spoken to a team that was losing, but that was capable of winning and turning it around. And he said it was. He said they just had to. He just basically reminded them of who they were, and that's what this team has done. You just had to remind them, hey, you were one of the favorites to come out of the AFC. You're one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl. What is going on with this team? Like you said, so they are playing. I don't know what dysfunction happened, but it seems like they're starting to turn it around and being back to the Baltimore Ravens that we know they're more than capable of being.
Big Rod is in the building. He was live at the game. Yes, he's at the game. Real quick, Dre, that speaks real good. He talked about the mindset. He was talking about the mindset. But Raj, how you feeling, brother? You want to check in, brother? How was the game? I saw you with the people. You was with Engraven. Y'all was taking over the stadium. I could hear it through my TV.
Yeah, man. It was cool. I mean, if this was any other team besides, the Dolphins, they probably would have been a closer score. But Dolphins quit, man. They quit in the second half. Tua is just not it. He's not it for the Dolphins. The Ravens, they took advantage of a lot of the Dolphins' mistakes. After the third quarter, it was a wrap. But our biggest problem, Dre and Byron, is our guards, man. The Lele, Voorhees cannot get any push. And they're awful. They're awful for real. So, I mean, thank goodness it didn't cost us today. Thank goodness it's not a good team that we played, because we can get away with stuff like this when you play a team like this. But I mean, Lamar had 4 touchdowns, which is great. I'm glad he got the rust off. Derrick Henry got going late in the game because they, like I said, they quit. And the defense, they played well at first. But again, only Achane was the person that was out there running the football for the Dolphins, and Waddle didn't do too much today. And Tua, which is awful. So the Dolphins are done. McDonald, whatever you want to call him, I think he should be fired. Yeah.
Man, Raj, so being that you were at the game today, how was it with that? I mean, we could see the reaction from that Miami crowd with the brown paper bags and the yelling. Dan Marino is there, and he's just looking like, what in the world is going on with this team? Do you feel like they, like you said, I heard you saying that they quit on him, but do you feel like it's a team that maybe still has the talent, or they just aren't, or they just kind of gave up on the season already?
No, they got the talent. They just don't want to play. They don't want to play for me. That's what I saw watching live.
I know the Dolphins gave 2. I believe, Byron, it was the extension maybe 2 years ago that they gave it to him. So they're going to be in cap hell. But I mean, we've seen teams being cap hell just be, the Broncos, is automatically going to come to mind, where if you just don't want to, pay your quarterback like that, then hey, yeah, they're stuck with that at least another 2 years. Um, and I don't know who else they can get to even replace him because at this point the Dolphins just may want to clean house because you also still got the Cheetah that's on the team as well. So they're just going to be cap stricken for the next couple years.
Well, at least they'll have a high draft pick.
It depends on who's the coach too. It's funny.
Do you who wants that job? I know it's Miami, but what is there to have? Like, you're not the Patriots. They're on the up and up. You're not the Bills. They're going to finish with a worse record than the Jets, maybe.
Yeah, and what's sad is that you're right because every team in there seems to be going, up. We question the Jets, but at least the Jets try. This Miami team don't even seem like they trying, and it's crazy because we talk so much about Brian Flores and how he was in there, but Brian Flores may actually have the last laugh because Tua, like you said, Raj, I think as a matter of fact, I think I was with you the last time the Ravens lost to the Dolphins. I think it was Thursday Night Football. We played the Dolphins, and that's when it just shocked everybody that Brian Flores and that defense was able to do what they did to Lamar Jackson. And then remember all this controversy about Tua, should he start, should he not start? And then that's when Tua, came out. I think it was last year about Brian Flores and how he didn't like what he did with him and Fitzpatrick. But in the end, remember, Brian Flores wanted Justin Herbert, not Tua. And now it seems like he may have had the last laugh because we just don't know about Tua's health and a team that may not believe in their own quarterback.
Sure. Facts.
Well, Raj, I was gonna say, how you feel about the team moving forward? You get the mini bye, go to Minnesota. That's not going to be easy. Speaking of Brian Flores, he's the DC up there in Minnesota. We know about Justin Jefferson. I think the best receiver in the league, potentially. JJ McCarthy, we'll see what he does this week. He's back. Aaron Jones. They got weapons on offense. The defense, but how you feel about that game heading to Minnesota? Never an easy place to play.
I feel okay about it because we don't know what JJ McCarthy can do since he hasn't played since week 2. I think or week 3 or whatever. I feel confident, but I just need EDC to get on the phone right now and find an offensive guard or something. They need to switch things up. We put Cleveland out there, Emory Jones, try one of them at least. Because the first half, like I said before, they were bad. They were really bad. And then the second half, they adjusted. Lamar started throwing the football more. Short passes, which they should have did in the first half. But either way, they got the job done. But for EDC, like I said, he needs to get on the phone. I think the deadline is November.
It's Tuesday for a trade deadline.
Okay, it's Tuesday. So get on the phone, see if you can get a guard or a defensive tackle, one of the two. And go from there, man. I think the team can win. They just gonna have to shore up some positions. But like I said, it was a good effort today. There was a great performance or whatnot. But if they really want to be an elite, back to that elite status that they can be, they're gonna have to clean up some things.
Dre, you're going to the game, brother. How you feeling about going up to Minnesota, man? That's a tough place to play. Them fans are serious.
Yeah. What's the skull chant? That part seems fun, but you're right. It is going to be a tough place to play. Even if they have JJ McCarthy back there, they still do have a pretty good defense when it comes to the Minnesota Vikings. They have weapons on offense. It's just a matter of we just question who's going to throw it to them at the quarterback position. JJ McCarthy is still technically in his rookie year. Not even played a full, it's crazy that he's missed 22 out of 24 games, and the rest of everybody else is just on the up and up. So we'll see so the Ravens may catch another break, being that JJ McCarthy is still kind of fresh and new to all this. I'm excited to go to Minnesota. I've never been to Minnesota. I won't have much time there. I'll just literally just be there for the game and then heading on to the next game. But I'm excited about the direction of this Baltimore Ravens team moving forward and seeing what they can do to carve up this Minnesota defense.
As mentioned, you see it here. 3-5 now tied with the Bengals. Steelers 4-3. They have the Colts. Bengals have the Bears. Both teams could lose. Browns on the bye. Rog, Dre, you gotta like how this is lining up for this team. Getting healthy as well.
Of course.
No injuries tonight either. No injuries, which is good.
Yeah, because I was scared when Kyle was down for a little bit. I was like, oh no. But you're right. I mean, if this team can, stay healthy and then get right like they seem to be doing at the right time, sky's the limit, man. And like I said, I'm really excited. So we'll see.
I agree, Dre. I like the fact that they made it out. Nobody get hurt. That was the main thing that I wanted. That I was telling them Brady when I saw him. I was like, look, we gotta get out this full court with no injuries. I know Lamar got sacked maybe once or twice, but he didn't get hurt. Thank goodness. It's great that the team is healthy. It's great to see the card out there again. And we have a better future as long as everybody can stay healthy.
Raj, what did you think about your boy Harbaugh? He had the play sheet in his hand. He made a good challenge. Todd Monken coached his ass off, and Zach Orr looked like he knew what he was doing.
I mean, yeah, a lot of that was due to the Dolphins being goofy. If they played a little bit better, it would have been a closer game, like I said. But, I mean, hey, we kind of deserve this, 28-6 type of win. We've been struggling a little bit on defense the first 3 or 4 or 5 weeks. So now, I think we put it 17 against the Rams, 16 against the Bears, and now we put up 6 against the Dolphins. So we're trending in the right direction. They just got to continue to keep putting pressure on quarterback, getting sacks, and stripping the football. So if they could do that, that would be great. And also, shout out to Malachi Stark getting his first interception. He should have had it week 1, but he dropped it. But he finally got it this week. And another sack by Mike Green, going in the halftime, which is great too. So the defense is turning in the right direction, like I said before. But for them to be even better, they gotta EDC gotta find that special sauce, that special piece that can help them.
Yeah, Mike Green, Brent Urban, David Ajabo, and even Travis Jones, who's been playing better as of late, all with half sacks as well. But I want to see Carl Lawson too. I'm surprised he didn't play tonight. I want to see him up too. Maybe even Minnesota. I know they brought him in, but they're gonna have to make a move. I agree, for some sort of pass rush. But John Jenkins is doing a good job though as well on the inside.
He's our age, so I'm great that brother is out there balling. So yeah, like you said before, Byron, they definitely need to go get somebody that can help. We'll probably see Carl Lawson next week against the Minnesota Vikings. They want to get him acclimated a little bit more to the system, and they don't want to just use him, right out the back. They want to make sure that he knows what he's doing, and that he can still get after the quarterback. So I think that's a good move as well. Once they activate him.
Real quick, I want to. Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
I'm about to say, hopefully we get to see Arenas Peebles anytime soon. He's being active. I'll leave it away. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Tyler Loop has only missed 1 kick this year, ladies and gentlemen. 1 kick and 1 extra point. We thought this might be an issue. He looks pretty good for a rookie himself.
Yeah, Tyler Loop. He looks good, man. Everybody in the stadium was screaming.
I thought that hurt.
I did hear that. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay. Everybody was screaming his name. As a matter of fact, to be honest with you, I haven't mentioned this, but most of the fans in there were Ravens fans. Most of the stadium was filled with purple. Like there was some Dolphin fans there, of course, but we ran the stadium literally.
I mean, can you blame them? I mean, well, first of all, Baltimore, that's like a destination for us right there. We love going to Miami and Baltimore. But then also, I mean, the Dolphins just suck. So, I mean, I can't blame them. Even if they were Dolphins fans, they probably came in there and brought a Ravens shirt before they entered the stadium, man. That team stinks so bad. What was the atmosphere like being that, you're down there? Was it like, I know you said we took over the stadium, but how has it been outside of the stadium being that you're in Miami? Is it like we just took over the town? Is it just that the Dolphins suck? people feel like the Ravens can turn this around. What is the feeling down there?
People believe. People believe again, Dre. They have hope that this team can make it to the playoffs, get on a run, and do some damage and get there. A lot of people have hope, and that's what you want to see out of your fan base. The fan base traveled very well for this game, and I talked to a couple of people here and there. They're loving it now. They're loving the fact that this team is getting healthier. This team is trending in the right direction, and they love the fact that Lamar took all the equipment out of the locker rooms, and they was like, we got to get focused, and they're just loving it, bro. So the fan base is on cloud nine right now, literally. It's on cloud nine the way they played today, and although we didn't play our best effort, they still put up 28 and only gave up 6. So yeah, they're feeling really, really good. You're probably gonna be partying all night.
I heard you mention in the text saying that you're seeing that this is a bend not break defense. Do you see this moving forward with this defense, or do you think that they'll revert back to what they were the previous before the bye?
I think they can get better, Dre. I think they can get a lot better. Like I said, they need to get a tackle though, defensive tackle, just for like at least another guy. That's superstar quality if they can. If they can get Quentin Williams from the Jets, that'd be amazing. But if they can, or they can get a pass rusher from maybe from the Dolphins, they can get
Jalen Phillips.
Jalen Phillips. They might as well just do it. I mean, clean house.
Either him or Thibodeau from the Giants. I'm cool with.
If they can get like one of those guys, I think they can be even better. I mean, I'm not mad at Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson actually. Go get him. I agree. I'm serious. They can get him right now.
They about to lose again on Monday. Why not?
You're right, but I think the defense will get off. Zach Wilson is not as bad as people say he is. Like I said, I think a lot of it was on the players. Some of it was on him too. So it was a combination of both. But I think they believe in him. They love him. They want to protect him. And I don't think they're going to quit on Zach. So he's going to be calling the plays for the rest of the season. And I think since we're playing a softer schedule, we should be able to, do what they did. I ain't going to say all the time tonight, but at least similar to what they did tonight.
What do you think happened? Like, for me, I said that I think it was that speech that E.T. gave. But it was something that just clicked with this team because it seemed like they quit on Harbaugh and they quit on Orr. And now all of a sudden, they seem like ever since they got that speech from Dr. Eric Thomas, it seemed like they just seemed to like build within. Because I even heard on the pregame with Roquan, he was giving the speech and he was like, we're not coming back here to play this game. This is the first time and it's the only time we're gonna play this. And I was like, okay, Roquan, like trying to sound like get your Ed Ray Lewis on. What do you think like really was this moving forward for this team?
Lamar
being back?
Lamar being back. That is an easy one, Dre. Lamar being back, and not only him being back. It's the fact that he took another step in leadership as far as taking a stand and everybody following him. It was like, you know what? Yeah, take all this stuff out. We don't need this crap. What do you need the ping pong tables here?
You talking about when they moved the ping pong tables and stuff?
Yeah, when they moved all the equipment out the locker room so they can focus on the game itself. They know that they're a great team, right? They know that they could be a Super Bowl contending team. They're just distracted with a lot of goofiness. That's what I think. And the fact that the leader of your team was like, look, get all this crap out of here. We're going to turn this around week by week. Make these wins. I think that's what helps the team, get back on track. I mean, and it's a good thing. I love that he did it. I love that he did that. So we've been saying that Lamar was not, what's the word that we use? That he wasn't, with the team like that, or his mind was somewhere else. Yeah, he's not outspoken. He doesn't really care. You got Mike Parsons saying that they need to trade him, like all this goofy stuff.
Oh, that's when the real he said that.
I still don't understand how he got a damn job.
When the real truth is that this brother has been trying to get this team to, follow his lead. And I think he finally did. I think he's finally got them to a point where it's like, look, we're going to get this done. We're going to get it done my way. And you're going to follow me. You see the team itself falling into place. I mean, as soon as he stepped on the field tonight, I felt something different. You know what I'm saying? I felt that energy from his just him being on the field. So I think Lamar is the X factor. He's the difference in his team. And he gives the guys confidence, especially guys like the backup, his boy Tyler Huntley. You know what I'm saying? He played great against the Bears, and that also gave the team a good lift as well. So I just think that Lamar is the guy that helps this team, get back on the right track, and they're gonna find a way to win a lot of these games going forward. I'm not gonna say they're going, go deep in the playoffs or anything, but I do think if they can find a way to just stay healthy and stay on the right path, they could be in a good situation.
What's the saying? One game at a time, one step at a time. That's all they can do. Just take, like you said, take it week by week at this point. You got a long bye, so that means people can get even more healthier. You have more time to prepare for this game. So I'm really excited about what they can do, against the Vikings and against, the rest of their schedule moving forward, because it seems like when you pull up the schedule, they only have really a couple more tough games. You got the Steelers twice, you got the Packers, and you got the Patriots. Those are, to me, they seem like the four toughest games that they have left out of the remainder of the year. And if they can just at least split with the Steelers, and win at least, one of those games, either against Green Bay or against the Patriots, I think we're in a good position. And both teams are beatable. As much as we talk about the Packers, we saw that they tied with Dallas. The Patriots, it's only Drake's sophomore year, so yeah, they're still working out some of the chinks, and then also New England's played a very easy schedule, so it's possible to win these next couple of games, including those four that I said are the toughest ones remaining on the schedule.
Real quick, that Steelers game and that Patriots game could be flexed, especially that Patriots game on 12/21. I could see that getting flexed possibly, so maybe more primetime game, just to FYI. Yeah, but they should sweep the Bengals and at least the Steelers, and they play the Steelers in the last week of the season. Roger, any thoughts on the schedule?
Nah, they just gotta take it one game at a time. I'm not looking at the rest of these games. I'm looking at the Vikings play. I hope they do the same thing. I think they will.
They can't afford to look forward. Yeah, you gotta reel that thing in, man.
Yeah, you gotta focus on this next team that's coming in. I know you're better than them, but you still gotta focus on it. So I'm gonna say don't focus on the Vikings now. See what they do with them. They get that W, they can go from there.
All right, Roger, in South Beach for a few more days. How's your Halloween looking, and what you got going on, and how you feeling heading into Minnesota?
Halloween is looking very scary, and it's a good scary. So it's gonna be good, man.
There you go.
Can't wait. We got a boat trip coming tomorrow, party boat. So we're gonna be pretty much eating food, drinking, and chilling out, listening to music on the boat. South Beach. Saturday, I might hit the beach, chill out, maybe find a club or two. We'll see. Probably be watching Saturday Night Main Event with you as well. So checking that out as well. But
yeah, appreciate
it. I enjoyed today. Seeing Sick and Tally, how down to earth that he is.
Yeah, you've been working hard, man. You've been working hard out there.
So he's a great dude. I can't wait to have him on the show. He told us to reach out to him. We're gonna reach out to him again, get him on the show as soon as possible. And Graydon, as always, my brother. He came down, had fun, watched the Ravens win, and shout out to him as well. So yeah, man, it's been a great day, a great week so far for the Baltimore Ravens. It's nothing but positives, right? That's what I like.
Yes, sir. Drizzy Dre, any final thoughts for the people?
I think, like Rod said, I mean, this team can't afford to look ahead. You literally take it one step at a time, one game at a time, and so that's what this team needs to do, week by week. Because now they went from 1-5 to 2-5, 3-5. Let's make it 4-5, so that way you're back, and so that way you can at least get back to 500. Take one game at a time, especially like this Vikings game. You really have no excuse with everybody getting healthy again, and being that you have extra time to prepare, extra time to rest. Come on, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Y'all are right there. Let's get the job done. One game at a time approach. That's all we can do. Don't look forward to the Super Bowl or anything like that. One game at a time. Take it week by week. Let's get it done.
Sir.
We're taking it stream at a time here. As Rod said, we got a big one up still. We got a Commanders preview still to come out to you. We got a Maryland preview. They play the number 2 team in the country for home. We got Saturday night's main event. We got the previews on the channel. More coming. I'm sure they'll be put out as post-game show for the Commanders tonight as they play the Seahawks in prime time as well. And then Monday, we are back at it again with Monday Night Raw and the flagship podcast. Dre, the executive producer, one half and father, always making time. Appreciate you, my brother. The old Big Raj on assignment in South Beach. Appreciate all,
Yes, sir.
and all the wonderful networking, my guy.
No problem, man. It's just fun for real, like it always is. It's my fourth road trip, fourth win, so I'm undefeated while I'm traveling to watch the Ravens play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. You are. Yeah, you are.
Every time Lamar has
take you with a money.
Hey, Raj.
Big numbers, right?
Raj, you remember when you were with me when for my birthday when the Yankees played the Orioles. So I need you to run that back, man. Hopefully we that momentum can continue as well.
Oh,
Hell, World Series tomorrow too, man.
It's not the momentum that I was talking about, Jay.
But no, we got that tomorrow too. We got SmackDown, and you got the World Series happening at the same time, plus basketball. It's a lot happening right now in the world of sports.
Shout out to our Lakers though; they're just playing extremely well.
Yeah. Man, y'all call him AR-15, man. That boy been hooping.
AR-15 deserves a nice contract.
I guess all that trade talk and the fact that he can showcase himself is put a little fire under him. I'm good.
He's staying in the Lakers. He ain't going nowhere. He gonna get that max deal. Yeah, shout out to the Lakers. Shout out to the Blue Jays. They might take it home tomorrow. Hope they don't. But
you know what? I'll say this: if they don't win tomorrow, Dodgers will win on Game 7. If they do it, you got to put that final nail in the coffin, Game 6. But my fear is that I think the Dodgers turn it around because for their bats to just be cold like that, which is crazy that it's only Freddie and Ohtani who are carrying the load. But Alex Rodriguez said it best. He was like, man, he said, you realize the Blue Jays have just like outscored the Dodgers. You look at the bats for the Dodgers. I mean, for the Blue Jays, it's not just Vladimir Guerrero, but Vladimir will probably be the MVP. But they've been just doing it as a complete team, hitting wise, of course, but then also the pitching. Their rookie pitcher, I mean, my gosh, what he was able to do, I was like, for a rookie on that stage. I mean, it's unbelievable work that they're doing. They're doing it on, all sides of the ball. And then also, too, remember, Game 3, that was a toss-up game. And then they came back in Game 4 and just, handled business. So this thing could have been over. But like I said, if I'm the Blue Jays tomorrow, I gotta put that final nail in, because if I don't, Game 7, we've seen Game 7s be a toss-up. Not to say that they can't win Game 7, but you rather just put yourself in a better position and just close it out as opposed to letting it linger. Be on your Michael Jordan, Blue Jays. Close out in 6.
We'll be here to talk about it tomorrow. As Dre mentioned, we got SmackDown and World Series, and we got the NBA Cup starting tomorrow, college football, NFL. Roger, Dre, appreciate you, brothers. Only place, fellas, give me sports how you want it.
When you need it.
Happy recap. Ravens win 28-6. Lamar Jackson, 4 touchdowns. Ravens now 3-5. Game and a half out of first place as they head to Minnesota on next Sunday. Our boy Dre will be in the building. So the Flex Zone, following the Ravens along, keeping the good mojo as well. Each one of you in the chat, thank you. Mark, I see you. Lamar, what's up? Oos. Everybody, Alex,
what's
can't
up,
forget you
Oos?
as always. Appreciate you. Vote on the poll, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. We getting out of here as well. Appreciate you, man. Heart of the City Clothing. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yes, thank you for showing love. Appreciate that. And we getting out of here. It is officially Halloween. So happy Halloween, happy Friday. We'll see you in a few hours, more content. For Dre and Raj, we gone, y'all. Good night, everybody. Peace. Ravens win.
Peace.
Thank you.
Happy Halloween.